Would you like a present? Hello, English-speaking world, all the German learners, I greet you. In this video I will explain the German present tense. In German it is called Präsens. Before I tell you how to create it, it is useful to know that it is not the same as the English present tense. In fact, it is much more useful. Take a look at the following English sentences. I make. I'm making. I will make. I will be making. I'm going to make. I have been making. In German, all of these sentences can be translated by ich mache, the present tense. Simple, right? Okay, let's look at how to create the grammatical form. To create it, you need to know what the verb stem is. Let's look at the same verb again. Machen, to make. All verbs have this en at the end, and without it you have the so-called stem or Stamm in German. So in case of machen, it would be mach. Like most European languages, German has conjugation, which means that the verb has an ending relative to the person. You know this from English, where you say you make, but he makes. This S is the conjugation. German has 4 endings to remember: I, st, t, and en. So for example, ich means I. The ending for ich is So it is ich plus mach plus and you get ich mache. You in German is du, and it has the ending st. So it is du plus mach plus st, and you get du machst. He, she, it, and you guys is sie, es, and ihr. And they have the ending t. So he makes is macht. She makes is sie macht. It makes is es macht. And you guys make is ihr macht. And then we and they, wir and sie, have the ending en. Actually, they simply don't change from the basic dictionary form. So, we make is wir machen, and they make is sie machen. The German word for they is also used as a polite version of you. It will then be spelled with a capital letter. It has the same grammar as they. So let's try to translate some easy sentences. Pause the video and try to translate this into German. They are playing. The right translation is Sie spielen. I will sing. The answer is Ich singe. He thinks she's learning German. Denkt, sie lernt Deutsch. Alright, good. Here's the pro tip. Whenever you stumble upon a word that acts like a personal pronoun and you don't know which ending to use, it is always the T ending, like man macht, one makes, jeder macht, everyone makes. There's one exception though. Alle, everybody, or all, uses the en ending. Here, try to translate this. Everybody's saying, I've been making progress. The answer is: Alle sagen, ich mache Fortschritte. Okay, that's the basic concept, but there are some more things you need to know. First, there is a rule for the st ending, that if the verb stem already ends in an s, then you don't write a second s. That is the case with the letters s, sz, and z, which all have an s sound. For example, fassen, to grab. The stem is fass, with an s at the end, so you simply add a t. Du fasst. Nutzen, to use. It has a z at the end, so it is du nutzt. Gießen, to pour. It has an sz at the end, so it is du gießt. Secondly, there is the DTTT rule. That is a rule saying that whenever any grammatical ending produces dt or tt, you need to add an e in between. In the present tense, that happens when the verb stem ends in a d or t and you add the t ending. For example, reden means to talk. Ich rede, I talk. Redet, DTTT, DTTT. Redet. This also applies to DST and TST, which happens with the ST ending. So, you talk is du redest. Here's another example. Arbeiten, to work. Ich arbeite, I work. Ihr arbeitet, you guys work. Du arbeitest, you work. Together with the DTTT rule, I usually explain another simple rule. If a verb stem ends in an N, and before that is another different consonant, except for a silent H, this becomes hard to say, so we add an E, just like before. There might just be a dozen of verbs in total that have this. The most common are regnen, to rain. Es regnet, it's raining. Öffnen, to open. Du öffnest, you open. Öffnet, he opens. Zeichnen, to draw. Ihr zeichnet, you guys are drawing. Sie zeichnet, she's drawing. Du zeichnest, you're drawing. Now that you know the conjugation rules, please keep in mind that there might be more than one verb in your sentence, but only the first verb, verb 1, will be conjugated. Any other verbs will stay unchanged. Alright, that's it. With this tense you can make a lot of sentences. I recommend that you learn about German verb categories next, because this tutorial is true for the vast majority of verbs, called the weak verbs, but there are 3 more verb categories that have different rules. I've made tutorial videos on this topic, but to sum them up, they are the strong verbs, they do not follow the DTTT rule, and they have a vowel change in the second and third person singular, namely a becomes ä and e becomes i. And the modal verbs, they have no grammatical ending for the first and third person singular, and they have a special stem for the singular. And the 3 irregular verbs sein, to be, haben, to have, and werden, to become, that have some generally unpredictable forms that have to be learned by heart. I will put the links to the other tutorials in the description, I wish you good luck with your German studies. Please like and share this video and vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.